Okay, guys, good morning. Let's try to see if we can make this roll. Okay, sorry for the delay. That took a long time. Okay, what I wanted to show y'all was very, very important from yesterday. Okay, it's the reason why I'm recording it. Look when we come in on the hourly, which is, hold on a second, I don't know why I have this here, so we'll get rid of it. Right, any of that stuff on there. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this for now. Wow. Sorry guys, it's just slow this morning. I don't know why. Okay, so let me show you. First of all, yesterday morning, let's minimize this. It's all up here, and I don't know why. I don't need this. In fact, I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, this is what no, it's not what I want. This is what I want. I'm going to yesterday morning. Okay, so I want y'all to watch. How do we figure out not to get smoked in the AM, right? So if you look, I'm not going to move any of these lines except I'm going to erase what I had going on here on this chart in particular. Okay, so if you look coming in on the day, okay, we had two things that were very, very important. Okay, first of all, at the end of 6:30, right, which is where this red bar started, right, this bar ended at 7:30. The guys, the mic is good. We're not fuzzy or anything else. I'm good, correct, Nate? Okay, we were long. Okay, this triggered long. Okay, so I want y'all to think A grade, B grade, A plus, A minus. You have to set some kind of ideology in your head so you can rate them, right? So if you look back over here at night, there's two areas. The high of this bar, right? Because that's where you have them trapped. And then this bar showed reversal. So the way I would have said that if we'd been trading in Asia, right, is I would have said, hey guys, if we, okay, I would have said at the end of the period here, right, I would have said, guys, we're triggered long, okay? And we will accelerate on any signal, long signal that we can get above this level to the upside. This will be the incineration point, right? I don't have a better word, so incendiary, that's the incendiary bar. You have to get above that bar to go, and you'll see once it got above that bar, right, eventually, we don't know the exact path it took in terms of on the micro level, but it moved from 25,975 to 26,025, 50 points, $1,000 a contract, right? From the low, the point at which we said it was now long, right? That was 25,952 for a total of 75 points from Asia up until just before London Open. Okay. Then if you look, right, I would have said, so I'm just tracking you through so you can see how I was thinking about it yesterday during the day, right? Below here, I'm just going to draw them out. Below here, right? That's the beginning of the short. This is your incendiary device. This is your confirmation. Then we move lower. We didn't move much lower, but we did move lower, right? Now it reverses. Incendiary device. And then what helped it was also the shift in value. Okay, so those three concepts I'm constantly circulating, right? So close above. So it worked opposite. We closed above the incendiary device. We confirmed the long. It went opposite this time, right? And then it tried to go up and it really failed. When this bar formed right here, right? So this is where I want to get to. When this bar formed, the line came in underneath here. I am bound and determined I will stop before 8:30. Okay. That was the beginning. Why? Because we traded underneath our incendiary device. This was the confirmation. So coming in already at the open, you had two confirmations that we were rolling lower, plus the third. We actually had the trifecta of the bar that moved lower. Okay. So notice, right? Here, right? Here I would have said above incendiary device, confirmation long, we can't orthodox close underneath this bar on the 24 tick. It would be a big problem. That's what I would say. Okay. Here, I would have said incendiary device. We're long, right? We don't want to close below this bar, right? And we should, or we have the potential on a setup above here to really push. Okay. So all I'm showing you is the potential, right? Just because you have a can of gasoline in a match doesn't mean you'll have a fire, but you have two of the main ingredients to start a big fire, right? Now you just need to pour the gas on something, right? That's your third piece, right? Okay, and then the other thing you had here was the shift. So incendiary device, up bar, shift, close above incendiary device, go, big fire. Okay, they tried it again here. They shifted up, and when they shift up, you'll notice on the shift up, right, or the bar that closes above the incendiary device, you don't want to close below it. You do not. Okay, and then as you track up, for good risk management, you just simply say, I don't want an orthodox. If you're going to trade off the hourly time frame, I don't want an orthodox close below. That's how we knew, or we had a good idea, hey, it's short coming in. And what would have I said for the long, right? That's a good question. What would have I said for the long? I would have said yesterday we were long if we get an orthodox close above 26,000. Okay, that would have been the opposite of that. Okay, now if you look when we're coming down and you saw how calm I was in the room, it's very, very easy, right? This part was easy, especially once you recognized there was no reason to look for the lower. You got to get above, 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 you got to get above. Bullish, right? Bullish, close above. That's our first signal at 2:30 in the afternoon, right? That bar started at 1:30, closed at 2:30. So now go look. Incendiary device, you already had the shift up right there and the bullish close. Okay, now it is long. Okay, as a matter of fact, we're retesting that long right now. I'm not going to play that game where we do backside tests, go long at the low. I want it to set up to the long side each time. Okay, so now when we look at that, we're going to come right here to find it easily. And that's the big one. Okay, learned my lesson about doing this. This is exactly how the chart looked yesterday. Look, imagine that, how the hourly lined up right with the liquidity level, right? There's where the white line is where we closed the first time, right? And then that's the red line right there. That's your incendiary line. That's your bullish line, and it had the shift in it as well. Okay, first blue dot up. So you have multiple ways. The weakest way is just to go, we've orthodox closed above it. That was this bar. Fine if you want to do it, but I think it's the weakest way, right? Blue dot up or Bill's way, right? We have the diamonds showing us that we have the impulse move, right? Slope. Also Dan's way, right? We're in supernova. Green bar up or engulfing bar or orthodox, whatever you want to call it, or just the first turn bar. But it's both green algo, right? And it's engulfing, right? So from this entry, I think this, for me, I would have taken this because I'm me, riskier, right? It's white bar stuff, but still it's not coming out of the consolidation area, right? This is the best entry, followed by this, okay? So from your first entry, so that took place with 20 minutes left to go. You're high by the close, which was right here. So let's face it, we had AMD numbers coming out. No one was going to hold beyond that. So let's just say you sold right there at a prior value area low. That was still a move from 25,389 to 24,58 for a total of 70 points or $1,400 a contract. Why is that important? Because you didn't spend all day burning yourself out. Now, could have you gotten the turn off the bottom? Could have you possibly survived all the way down this thing? Yes. You could have if you were really, really, really good, right? Or you could have just laid back and gone, I'll wait till we get above, right? There was your turn. Now I'm going to show you the same short up top. What time is it? 17. Here's 8:30. Okay, so I want to remind you, we were already, before we got into 8:30, we were already in the short, right? But this line set up, I'm going to flip back so you can see it really quick. Then I'm going to close it up in my other chart book. So we were set at, your incendiary device, roughly, and your go bar. And time. And it fell so fast. There you go. Okay. Here's your incendiary device. That was number one. Here's the green line. That was your go line, right? We closed underneath, right? So that, oh, excuse me, the pink line was the go line, right? Orthodox closed underneath. You'll notice when we already broke the pink line, which was your go line, incendiary line, go line, we were already in slope. Push, so we're already in slope. Push back up. First engulfing bar, because I can't skip it if I'm going to say engulfing bar elsewhere. That's the first engulfing bar. Stop. Back up. Blue dot down and engulfing bar with square. That's the whole enchilada, right? Break again. We're already in Dan's mode, right? So if you do Dan's, he uses 3 bars up, blue dot down, right? No, you didn't get 3 bars up. You obviously get 3 bars up, right? Stop on the blue dot, go on the white dot, and we're below VWAP, and the 200 and 100 are somewhere. They're way up. Oh, there it is, right there. 200 and the 1 minute somewhere up there in my color menagerie of Rainbow Coalition trading, right? So, and then that's what that looked like from there on down. And that whole way down, right now, see the levels? They got responses. If you so here's the difference between just trading the levels and trading the process of the incendiary device and the go bar, right? And the difference is that yes, I can guess long here. Yes, I can guess long here. Yes, I can guess long here. But I'm constantly have no confirmation internally, right? I have no confirmation internally that that we can really go, right? So I'm scalping the daylights out of this, right? And I'm on edge, right? Versus when I go, hey, I've got all the higher time frames lined up on me, right? I can hit my bar, maybe I take a stop, I get my risk, and then I can go, let's see. Now if I can get the rest of the read, we can go lower, right? Now I've got the rest of the push to the downside. That's it. That's the lesson from this morning. You got both the long and the short with relatively little stress. Now, what I need to cover later today, because I'm not going to cover this morning, is overnight the algos. You would have been down $1,000 overnight on both algos, both the sequenced and the non-sequenced, right? And I'm going to show you what happened there, but I'm going to show you later. But it's all right, right? Remember, I think if you left the non-sequence running all day, you were up 4,000 for the day. If you left the sequenced one, you were up 2,000 for the day. Okay. Obviously, this wasn't designed with overnight in mind, but I want to show you what it looks like when it kind of chops back and forth, so you have an idea. And then where, if we were going to pattern it for that, we would take care of it. But that's why it's limited in the number of trades you can take per bar. Anyways, that's the entire lesson. I have no idea what to expect from today. What I'm going to do first is close this. We can come back and look at it later. It's a great example, so I saved it. I'm going to open today's. And while my computer thinks about that, I'm going over to the house, get a cup of coffee, and then open my Trader Assists in just a second. And I'll be right back. Give me just a sec, guys. But that's what I'm doing for today. Like, I'm doing the same process. I'll let the hourly value chart lead my decision-making process, and I'll read the rest of the tea leaves as we go along. And I'll be right back. Looks like we have another potential open drive lower. So overnight, this thing lost $1,116 if you just let it run. So now I'm just starting it from the day session. There we go. So that would have been the first short right there. Obviously, I didn't have it up and running on this machine. And we have econ, by the way, there was some release from the Treasury right at the open. And then we have, it's called the Treasury QRA. I have no idea what that, oh, that was 7:30, excuse me. 8:45 S&P final services, and then 9 o'clock ISM, right? So that's the deal on the hourly, right? We were already short coming in on the day, right? So if you look at how what was valid there, right? So here's a 30. There's engulfing bar one. Again, this is right before the open actually. Engulfing bar one, white bar down, 3 bars up, white bar with the orange dot down. It was fast. I'm not saying it was manually. That's 8:30 in the morning, right? White bar down, white bar, blue dot down. And that's where we're at right now. And we've come back and test so you can get your bearings on where we're at, right? We've broken below Globex low, right? And we come down to test just below the bottom of the reversal off the hourly time frame. And we have not tested yesterday's low, right? And obviously, and interestingly enough, you would not want it past the 25,419, right? So when it does that and it whips back, this is a good opportunity to look, right? Well, what would you do if it whips back in the hour? Because you're still triggered short, right? So the algo, right? The algo, that's what it'll take, right? So now you can watch, go to your algo. You can see it's up $320, right? It missed the first trade, it would be up more, right? And that's what it does when it's ripping up against you, because a lot of people have expressed concerns. So what about when it does exactly what we're doing right here, where it's face ripping the other way, right? Well, now you can go look where the blue dots down are. Where the real danger is if it went all the way down really slowly in the first half hour and went all the way up really slowly over a wide range and kept triggering short. That's where the problem would lie. But I have not, when I've looked back, I did not see I did see some down days, not a lot of them, but I did not see any days that were disasters. And my primary concern on that trader assist has been the trend days down and the trend days up, and this thing sparkles on those days. The rest of the days will work themselves out. Most of the time when we're in balance, it comes out to 1 or 2 trades a day. And then when it does great in trend. So we'll look at the overnight later, what it did or didn't do, and we'll have some ideas from that as well. So Does anyone have any questions? Because other than that, I know what I'm looking at. Hold on, I got a message from somebody here. Thank you, Peter. And I have no idea where there it is. After 9 o'clock, I see nothing of substance. Does anyone else? And I see a pretty damn fast market is what I see. Like really fast, range-wise. So I'm just chilling out. For my manual trading, I'm just chilling out. That's too fast for me. We just had a rotation up of 72 points in under a minute. And prior to that, we had a rotation down. And I will get this done for ES, by the way. I just need a few more days to do it and get all the pieces right. I'm talking about the Trader Assist. I'll get it done for ES. It works. It works well, though. I've already checked. I just got to get it all hammered out. And then we had a rotation down from 36.24 to 37.42. So 1 minute and 20 seconds from roughly 86 to 96. So under 1 minute, 100 point up and down rotations. Jason, I am talking to you. Uh, um, um, Nate, I am talking to you. You tend to have a hard time, all of us do, when we try to manually trade in 100 point 1 minute rotations. Okay? So just stay chilled, right? That's all you have to do. When it's that fast, just relax, right? That's all you have to do. Just relax when it's that fast, and you'll be just fine. You really will. Okay. You can see yesterday, so overnight, if you look at the 24-hour, right? So now you can see we haven't tested underneath prior day's low. We're inside prior day's value, and we're rejecting right underneath the value from the prior day. And then I'm going to go back to this one, and that's where we're getting our levels from. And that's what our current day looks like. So we'll watch as that develops. And we'll go from there. Does this mess it up when I do this? No. And I'm taking this 1 minute and detaching it. I'll have it on the side. Everyone has the chart so you can do it the way you need to do it. But I'll have them all grouped on my other screen. I just don't have this grouped the way I want it to. 1 minute, 24 tick, this, 30-second. And technically on a 1 minute, I have this thing triggered short, but we have econ in 4 minutes. So I have no doubt we'll find plenty of trades. Uh, People are trying to trade micro GC and micro silver trades. Top Step has restricted it even in their qualifying sim accounts. And I can tell you why. They're getting blown up in one move because those runs on those micros are just unbelievable. how bad they are. So, and in their cash accounts, they're really restricting them. In your live funded trader guys, those guys have to be just freaking raising Cain there. Again, if you look at this here, right, you can see it's already up $1,078. That isn't made up. That's real-time trading. That's what it's doing while it's in the short position. It does, this algo does well in these conditions. Okay, it's really, really been good. Okay, it's when we go like this and it's biased and it's rolling, where it's going to have trouble is when it's slow grind and it gets caught against a big hourly bar, meaning it'll stay short and we just start slow grinding up against it. So for the guys that are using the sequence trader, they won't have a problem, right? Here's the sequence, okay? And you'll see the sequence is up 320. So a good question, why is the sequence trader only up 320 and the other one's up? Because it's hit the 3 sequences that it's allowed to take per trigger. So it's done now, right? It's going to need another bar to print before it starts taking trades again, okay? Versus this one is going to keep going, okay? So it all depends. Again, I made this as conservative as possible so that you don't get waylaid if you're away from your machine. If you use this, you're acknowledging the risk, like you walk away, that you could end up with multiple 3 stops in a row, theoretically, right? Not likely, but theoretically possible, okay? So that's my 2 cents about that. I think it's really great. On the manual trading, I can just wait. My mic's on, right? Everyone can hear me? Okay, thanks. Let's see what happens. Bum, 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 bum. Above Globex low and waiting for the econ to show up. And in a short condition, and moving 100 points potential in under a minute, and look at the spread on NQ at times. It's pretty impressive. Like I just saw a 10-point spread. The econ must have just come out. Yeah, like I saw a pretty fat spread there. But that should have gotten all its scales. It didn't grab the last short. Got it. It didn't set up. We're right in the middle of the range for today. Low is down there at 25, 230-ish, approximately. Pretty fast moves. Pretty fast moves. ES is up, NASDAQ is down. Whenever the market's like that, the reason why you're getting this pull push is you're getting two contradicting measures, right? That's why you're getting this pull push. It's exactly why you're getting this pull push, right? I want to remind everyone, usually what I hear from people, is when you get one market up and one market down, people have pretty challenging days. I'm not saying that's how it has to be. I'm just saying that's what I hear, right? I have people who go, oh, that was really hard, right? So just keep that in mind. And when it's fast like this, it usually slows down after London close. No one likes to hear that, but certainly after the econ, right? Again, the algo does fine. It's this algo does fine in this. It's the manual trading that has challenges. Playing on Globex low. Also, you're gonna have a rotation out of risk into safety a lot of times when something like this happens, when we're getting moves like this. But either way, it's very mega fast, right? So just let the computer do what the computer has to do is my suggestion. See how it's doing over here. Didn't take that trade either because it's in zipper. This trade's actually been quite successful. We're working on integrating it in. We just don't have it yet on the zipper, but we will. Remember, your ideal situation is to trade a market you can both understand and trade, right? Understand and trade, okay? So it doesn't always have to be perfectly tradable for you. It just doesn't. And you don't have to guess. Oh, yes, I want to see my yes. Floating over here. And I get rid of my ES chart too. Again, it's very easy. Right now, you got to get above 25,419 to look long. Unless you want to mess with trying to find the bottom, in which case, be my guest, right? I don't want to because this is so much easier doing it this way on a monstrous level that I don't get stressed out over the quick stops or the whipsaw. And if I'm whipsawing, at least I'm whipsawing in the right direction, right? 6 minutes till econ. And ES is flipped negative. Should have gotten that one. Yep. Nope. Sequence, non-sequenced. Up 1804 on the sequence in the morning. Jason, you should be having a pretty good morning, brother. Anyone else running that should be. Nice. Nice, Tasia. Nice, Tasia. Yeah, I think it's great. Econ in 3 minutes. Down, down, down. Going back to retest below yesterday's low. So watch the trap at 25 220. I don't know why this is not carrying over unless I just didn't mark it off. Which means I don't have yesterday's high marked off. There we go. Into that value area sitting below there, right? So you would expect someone somewhere to try to save it. And that's 9 o'clock, so we'll see what she does, but not a pretty open. Down 288 on NQ as the trend down continues. This is the ES6. You know what's not? I'm gonna have to redo this. ES has been in short condition, never triggered long all morning. So I'll find my old ES charts and connect them in on this later. So the cool thing is we're not sitting here going, oh, I think it's long, I think it's long, I think it's long. I can't emphasize how much of a poor trading point that was. Now remember, guys, that if this thing slow grinds against that hourly bar until it triggers up in the next hour, right? That's where the greatest danger is on this algo, right? So just keep that in mind. It's not a ATM, although it feels like it the last 3 days. It's a trader assist. You've got to keep an eye on what you want to walk away with, what you're willing to give back. It's the same as everything else, right? I'm just going to go with this is my once in a lifetime release a trader assist that doesn't get killed on day 1, 2, or 3 as an anomaly to the pattern. Okay. This is a prior value area, probably low or high, one of the two. And we're underneath liquidity, and that is that. My guess is it took that trade too. Oh, no, it didn't because it didn't touch the fourth channel. Got it. I would not perceive that we go straight down all day. Like I would suspect we're going to get some two-sided trading somewhere. I just don't know where. And I did take that trade. The sequence trader did not. Thank you, Peter, for the explanation. That helps. That's cool. I wonder if we can tie those two pieces together. It's so fast when it rolls. We're trying to hold that low. This is a very important test for the trader assist. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 11 a.m. to call Mia.
I set your call Mia alarm for 11 a.m.
We're obviously in supernova and grinding back the other way. Blue dot up. We are above, we're at yesterday's low. So they're just trying to work that out. And I'm not triggered long, so I'll just wait. That would have shorted. Yuppers. Should have hit it again. Yep. Working its way on up. Great when you have 50-point swings, isn't it? That'll probably stop out break even. Yep. The up 2,400 for the first hour ain't bad in anybody's book. Got a fired short again, just FYI. It's going to keep taking those trades. Somewhere it's going to take a loss. But maybe not today. Not today. Stop, move to break even already. Not yet. Oh, technically we're triggered long, guys. Heads up. The algo should have flipped its positioning. What time is it? Oh no, not till 9:30. Well, that's weird, right? Something's wrong there. 9:15. Oh, because that's the 8. Yeah, that shouldn't be. Oh, 15 minutes. Sorry, I ADD'd it. Forgive me. Sorry, my brain cancel. Sorry, brain went on vacation. Apologies. Forgive me. Sorry about that. Brain went on vacation. So, no longs in my book. I don't care about them right now. It is so obvious to me that this is the way that I'm not even going to worry about it. Yeah, me too. I was just on ADD. Sorry, brother. It's pretty cool, just tacking it on, isn't it? Nice when you're getting those 50s up and down. Thank you, sir. That should have taken a loss there. First of the day. Yep, yep, it's about to. They're trying to trap off the prior day's low is what they're trying for. And that's because ES is flip pository is the other thing that's going on there. Pretty sure that took a little ding. Yes, first loss. Guys, so remember, we're still in the early stages of that. If you have a P&L that you're happy with, you can cut size, you can take it. 3K is pretty good for a day. 1500 is pretty good for a day. Back to test the low down there. Remember, we are trapped back into prior day's low as of now, right? So your incendiary line is today's high as of now, 25,390, right? So just keep all that in mind. We don't have a green bar up yet, but and then London low is up there at 25,320, right? Markets rarely go just one way. They are trying to hold that low, but yesterday's low. We'll see. We'll see. ES is still buy on its short side. ES flies positive again. Should have taken maybe one stop. I don't think so, but maybe. Let's see. Did it catch us? Nope. Treasury Secretary Bessonette and Trump are speaking. Just completed excellent call with China's President Xi. So, doesn't matter one way or the other. But that's what caused that ramp. That probably took a stop. So just a news environment, nothing you can do about it. Trap back inside again, starting to get a little whippy. Yep. And that's where if we get whippy against the 1 hour, that's where it could get difficult. But it's all right. Again, I'm just letting it, I have it remote. I'm just letting it play out. And I have both running. I've broken to 5 and 5 accounts, right? You do have to decide where you want to take your money if you get to a certain point, right? There's not much we can do when it whips like that. There just isn't. Against prior day's low, yada, yada, yada. You'll notice that narrative has switched off the China narrative a lot, right? You'll notice that narrative, it's switched off the China narrative a lot, right? They're kind of like, no, we don't care about China now. The narrative, I think, is it doesn't matter, but what the market's responding to is the new Fed dude, is what I think they're responding to. And he's generally a hawk, which is a weird pick for Trump, but that's what he picked. Back up against the prior day's low. Trump still speaking, by the way. Rubio is speaking too about the Iranians. Blah, 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 blah. Won't take it because it didn't touch the fourth channel. Working our way back. Remember, you're going to have the IB low stat open. IB stat still open. You've given back half your day if you've left it running, which is all right by me. I'm still leaving mine running, right? But I do want to show you that if it gets caught in this whipsaw over wide ranges, it can work both ways. When it gets tiny and chop, 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 that's where it's going to have problems. Most of the time it doesn't, but in this wide range, it can. It's still good, right? There's nothing wrong with it, but you want to be aware of it. China's President Xi to Trump, the U.S. should handle Taiwan arms sales issues carefully. So President Xi is making the statements. So it's just a political free for all. Everyone's talking to everyone, and I'm fine with it. Huh, Ed. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 11 a.m. to speak with Joyce. Well, that should have fired short. Let's see if we did. Yuppers. See if we can do anything with it. I think the sequencer is going to take it. Nope. That should put us back in nice position. Yep, and stop should be at break even now. So we'll see if we can tack on that last little part. Didn't get the last one. That's all right. IB low stat still open. Although we're coming up on it with a quickness. EQ down 350s. Well, we've satisfied the IV low stat. Back into first hour low, potential trap. We are pretty extended for 2 days in a row, right? So just keep all that good stuff in mind. That would have triggered a short, by the way, just FYI, heads up. That is short. Again, we're getting a ton of cross currents here, right? So just be aware. I'm sure that triggered a short. It did. So we're going to get our answer on how it does when we start flip-flopping both ways. Back to test first hour low. No scales so far on that one. And I'll still take it. I don't care because let me tell you what the big deal is for me. These are days where on our old, when we went through these first series, they just got murdered. We weren't trying to figure out how to hold on to P&L. We were trying to figure out how not to get kiboshed completely, right? That's what we were trying to figure out. That should have gotten a scale. Not yet. Inches away. Come on. You could have done it. Damn you. Damn you to heck. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I flattened that accidentally. But it's, I mean, anyways, that's the sim one, but it's fine. I still didn't mean to do it. I meant to go back to this chart. I just hit the wrong button. So let me know if that one gets its scales or not. I'm flying blind on my other accounts, so that should have hit all the scales, all the beautiful scales. Hey, hey guys, did that last trade hit all scales on the trader assist? Okay, cool. Thanks, Jason. So you should be around 2,500 for the day on 12 micros. We did it. Okay. Or about 1250 if you're on half, right? That's freaking awesome. I mean, just so grateful. I can't tell you how much stress I'd go through on days when it wouldn't, when we just get days like today. These were my biggest, you know, get agitated, get fearful. Now I just can focus on better stuff. The trap has to come up over the first hour low. I mean, it has to. That's all there is to it. 15 minutes showing some liquidity underneath. I'm just going to wait till the first hour sets up. I'm good with it. They're trying, aren't they? Squeeze them up. That should have fired on your short. Yep. Let's see what she does. And that probably stopped. Yep. It's all right. They are trying to trap back into first hour low, is what we are attempting to do right now into the London close. We'll see how they do with that. And we'll see what the result is off the algo. Matt triggered short again. Little whip around here. This is where the problem comes in, is if we get this, bang, 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 sideways stuff, right? That's where the issue or the challenge will come in. It's not a big challenge, but it's where the challenge will come in. And it's good to get those tested and out of the way. And if you don't like it, you obviously have control over turning it off, right? That's the key to the whole thing. And 1 minute till the Londoners wrap it up. There we go. Scale 1 off. We'll see how we do on balance. Sequence still stuck there. That should be number dose. Yep, back to 1684, and we'll see if we get numero trace. Still waiting for number of trust, but it's either break even or get it. Okay with that. And guys, I'm going to kill the YouTube. I've got plenty of data to go through.